Hello everybody, RegiTime here, and in just a moment we're going to be playing the mighty 2NL Fast Forward Streets on Party Poker. I have a little bit of rate back from some game I played last week, got like $20. I haven't done a live play video for a while, and so we're gonna fuck around at some 2NL. There will be another video coming from myself and Martin this week, and that video did well last week in terms of like comments and how well it was received. I'm scheduled to have a chat with Martin Thursday morning. It's currently Tuesday morning, so hopefully that video will come out sometime on Thursday. But for now, we're going to play some 2NL. I'm going to take it very seriously too. I'm just going to try and um, play my best poker in a style that in a way that I think does well in these games. It's not going to be game theory orientated. It's going to be largely taking like a relatively old school small ball approach, and then we're going to see how we get on. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the 2NL streets. I probably won't have any of these players tagged. I wouldn't imagine. We are going to be using 3x as our open size. We are going to be having flats in lots of different positions. We are not going to be c-betting the ace-king multi-way. I'm going to flat the 10-9 suited on the button. Continuing checking / giving up with the ace-king on the top right. We might have the best hand. It seems unlikely. We're probably going to lose to something like pocket fives or something, but we might win. No, we'll chop with ace-10, holding this hand. Ace-8 offsuit. Going to kick off with a small bet to begin with. Not going to chase the flush draw on the paired board with the bet and a call in front of us. And we turn an 8. Going to continue betting. Can't be bothered tagging players at this level. He would be tagged green normally because of his stack size. Going to small stab at this Jack 9. I think, no, actually, no. We're going to delay c-bet. We're going to go pretty big. We're going to go big on the turn and then probably pot the river. If the dude's got an ace, good luck to him. Looks to me a lot like he's got like a marginal showdown hand or maybe a draw that's bricked. Ace 4 off. Okay. And he would have been green tagged going forward if I was in the business of tagging players. I mean, obviously, the ace 4 off is never a flat in the small. I mean, it's 2-0. What do you expect? It's never a flat in the small blind. When we just run into it like that, we just run into it. We're just going to lose. Lose some chips. It's going to have a lot of other stuff that Jack 9's behind that probably isn't calling. We are going to flat the small blind. Don't give a fuck if it theoretically is dog shit. Again, we're going to think about delay c-bet in the ace 3 rather than just automatically c-betting. Just 22 big blinds under the gun up there. So we're going to go with the same strategy as last time with the bigger bet on the turn, and then we're going to go with a very large river bet, assuming that it's not like a 4 or an 8 or something like that. 8, we're going to give up on the 8. I mean, maybe now we get a queen to fold, but I think a queen probes the turn a lot after we check back, so we're going to give up on this one. King 7. That would have folded. river to straight on the top right table in the tiniest pot ever. Flopping a wheel against Corline Bad. Let's hope you are, sir. Down here on the bottom left table, we are not C betting this flop. We're continuing betting our wheel, even though our hand has just been downgraded in absolute strength. And there's now a straight on board on the bottom right table. Probably just going to check fold, I imagine. We get donked into for full pot. Fine, good for you, sir. Ace, queen off. They're going to be flatting the button. Looking to keep the SPR as high as possible and hopefully utilise what we hope is a skill advantage post flop. Checking back for now. This not a thing in theory land. It's a thing in my world. Small bet turn. And get the fold, which is unfortunate. ISO or over limp. I think we'll have a little over limp with the 6-5. Flop bottom two. Now we need to be aware that both these players have like any two cards in their range because of well, maybe not this guy, but this guy definitely does. But our hand needs an absolute ton of protection here, and if we're beat, we're beat. Tough shit. We're gonna go with a pretty big raise. And take it down. Happy with that result. There weren't going to be many turn cards we were going to enjoy seeing there. Opening the 7-8. Opening the king and the queen. Get 3-bet by Corlan Bad, who seems like he likes playing a lot of pots. Cold call from. We're going to need to hit some very specific flops here, but we're getting a reasonable price pre. It's a shame Corlan Bad's not deeper, but let's take a flop. Probably just going to have to check fold. We've got a good shot, but we can't continue versus wages unless they are like absurdly tiny. Which he isn't. This guy's limped and then led. We've got some backdoor stuff going on in bottom pair, but doesn't feel like it's going to work out too well for us if we continue putting chips in there. Same situation here, bottom pair as this guy limps, but again, there's not many cards I'm excited to see on the later streets. So we just like fold our pair and get on with our day. raising hands. This probably isn't one, but fuck it, we're doing it anyway. Whiffed it. Whiffed with the threes. Probably go for a delay C bet. That was a big pump. Oh, we heard it. Big bet this flop with the kings because face up. Who cares? Just try and get called by draws, jack X, etc. Tick it down with the threes. H7 suited. You know what? We're gonna have a little flat with this. Way out of line in theory world. Couldn't give a fuck. 10-9, I'd like to defend, but this guy's got no chips. They're going to float here with backdoor everything. I'm going to check back the queens. Turn a pair with the 8-7, and he checks. No reason to reopen the betting. This guy probes turn relatively big. We're just going to let the queens go. And again, there's no reason to reopen the betting here with the 8-7. We probably don't get called by worse if we win very often. I don't think we win too often on the check either, but we win often enough. I think it makes it better than betting. I don't think we need to bluff. King Jack. Very nice. I think probably having a cold calling strategy in oppositions in this high rec environment is probably dog shit, but literally couldn't care less. I'm just going to do what makes me happy. ISO in the king queen suited out the big blind. Going to donk lead with our flush draw. Check back the ace queen. Hold there. See bet our king queen. Lots of equity if we get caught. Well, backdoor equity. I'm going to lead small again here with the king six because I don't want to check call a large bet. This guy's check called, then min bet the turn. We're going to rebet the ace queen off. And we're now giving up with the king six. We're calling with the ace queen down here. Checking here. Got cold called and another call here with the ace queen, so we're giving up. Got shot up here, but paired board. Not interested. Not calling the deuces to set mine. This guy bets full. Well, just not full pot, is it? No, it's actually relatively small. Not comfortable with this, but calling. Now we're completely, utterly done. Yeah, we don't win here, but we probably don't get a flush to fold. Certainly don't get queens full to fold. We were dead in two spots there, and nobody put any money in. Yeah. Welcome to Microstakes Cash. Dead in two spots. We three bet the ace queen. Ace king cold calls. Queen queen just calls. One turns a full house. The other rivers the nut flush. And no money goes in. I'm going to kick off with a bet here with the king four suited. Take it away. Take it down, sorry. Call the ace nine suited on the button. Going to three bet the aces, bottom right, sorry. Flop two pairs here. Wow. Interesting flop. We're all in up here. Checking here. Calling here. We're not cashing out at 2-L. Just not doing it. Chop it up. Here we're checking, I think. And we are now all in. Yeah. Are we dead? Okay, we're just running it anyway. Dead. 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 Dead twice. Call I'm bad. You have to give the guy maximum respect for his self awareness. That's what you do have to do. Look at that. If we cashed out, we'd be rubbing all that juice on our titties, wouldn't we? Flopping top set here. Betting. And getting folds. Why didn't you cash out, Reg? I mean, clearly I couldn't care less about the money, but I do care less about winning. So I do care about winning, even at these stakes. I'm genuinely trying my best here. This guy is he's there, he's mixing it up, isn't he? He's in there, he's in the mix. Just a casual 8.5x open. C bet fold to this probe. It's going to stink if we get check raised on this turn, but we are going to continue betting. What size? Are we going to continue betting? Are we going to continue betting? Yes, we are. Turning trips. I expect this to check through a lot. So we're going to have a little lead. Going to go with a check raise here with our king six. And we're going to have a lead on the river with a large size. And check raise this to 13 big blinds. Did we get caught up here? Did we? Did we get called? He's our friend again. We're just going to get in the mix with Call I'm bad. I like him. He's spunky. He's spunky. He's feisty. Multi-way here. I'm going to bet. Oh, sort of flops that. You win. You win, Mr. I'm bad. Check all you like, mate. You're still going to win. We are not putting any more chips in this. Oh, no. Now I'm tempted. On the four flush board, I mean, he might have done really good job here of just like inducing, but I'm just going to try and fold out like pocket pairs that don't have a spade, I guess. Ace highs. And a little bet with our 8-6. Having a little set man with our sevens. Continuing betting here, the four shouldn't change too much. Queen River, again, shouldn't change too much. It's going to be hard to get bet and get called again by a worse hand. Just wonder what they do when they've got slightly better hands that are worse than a queen when we check. Pocket queens, just call, and then we're going to check raise this flop, most likely, and reasonable chance we get stacked by an overpair, but whatever. Take it down. Happy enough with that outcome. This guy'll limp the button. Gonna min bet. I mean, he could have some like crappy offsuit ace X in his range, like ace 5 off and stuff like that, but just gonna bet again while we got a little bit of equity. Get snap called again. Probably done with it now. What happened there? Yeah, king queen off. Okay. Not how I would choose to play it, but we're all different, aren't we? Again, this in theory world not a thing. In my house, it's absolutely a fucking thing. Do flop a good shot at backdoor flush draw, but he's c-bet relatively big multi-way and not in love with it. Second pair. Start by checking. This guy now probes into two players. Just going to let second pair go because, in my opinion, that is a significantly under bluff line by population multi-way. The multi-way probe bet, not too often a bluff, in my opinion. Whereas this guy just donked. Not in love with it because he's donked really fucking big on an A side board. Can't fold yet. Downsize his turn. Here we have a straight. Again, really don't like this spot, but we can't fold. And he checks reverse. And now do we go for value? That is the question. If so, value from what? Feels too thin in a pot this size, and we're going to want to bet at least like 12 to 14 bigs. I'm trying to get called by a 9, I guess. Oh, he wasn't folding that. That was a good lesson, though, in terms of like fish and their sizing strategies. He bet really big on the flop. He had top pair. He was confident in his hand, and he bet really big. He bet like 6 blinds into 7 or whatever it was. And the turn after he got called, he started losing confidence in his hand, but still didn't want to give it the betting lead. This is someone I was chatting with, this exact subject with somebody over the weekend, like Fisher's sizing structures. When they like downsize turns, it usually means, well, I like my hand, but not quite as much. It's a pretty reliable sizing tell. And I was glad it was demonstrated there, even though we lost the pot. Flopped ourselves to top pair with our 4 kicker on the top left table, top right table. Just going to keep checking down, just try and show our hand down. 12.5 big blinds means we are not showing our hand down. Three betting the kings, bottom right. Just exactly the flop we wanted to see. He's check min raised. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. We bet whatever that is, looking like 1/8 pot, and we've been check min raised. We in trouble, boys and girls. We in trouble. Then he checks the turn, right? Okay, so we're going to check back the turn. Then he's going to bet the river, and we're going to call, and we're going to lose. That's probably what's happening here, unless his check min raise was like just a check min raise. Maybe he's bad, and he's just like trying to quote unquote find out where he's at. And if he bombs, we're not calling. I mean, against that size, very good chance would be. I think we should probably fold, but in check min raise check, then like 1/3 pot river. I can't fold kings to this line. You would think we're not going to win very often. It's queen off. Calling the jacks. Not being the cash out king today. Are we going to get punished for it again? Nope, not this time. We have the ace and the ace, and we have a raise and a 3-bet. Cold 4 here to like 20 or so, I think. A call. In a 3-bet pot, I would not be a fan of this board. In a 4-bet pot, I'm not as worried about it. This guy's just decided to go all in. You know what? I actually think we might go all in here. We've got an SPR of exactly 2. I think all in's a reasonable line here. Try and like monkey rep ace king, etc. Try and get called by exactly stuff like this. Happy days. Happy days. I'm quite enjoying doing this video right now. I didn't think I would want to do more of them, but I think I might want to. If this video gets enough traction, I think I might do some. I don't really have the time to dick around playing 2 and L, to be honest, but Um, I'm enjoying it, and you never know when I might want to get back into like trying to help some people for modest fees. So always helps to have some current content showing how you approach the game. Yeah, if you haven't hit like yet and you're still watching, then please do hit the like. If you can't think of something to say, just type hi in the chat box, and I'll just click the love, and we'll all get on with our days. I'm actually going to pot this river, try and get some chops, try and get some Asex calling for a chop that isn't going to chop because we have the top two pairs. But if he thinks he's like chopping with, if he thinks his kicker's been, or he's got like an ace 10 hand, for example, and now thinks he's chopping with all my Asex, he actually had two jacks, so shut your fucking mouth, Reg. The guy just is living up to his name. This guy just donked here. Not folding. Yeah. And we are starting to devise an exit plan. An exit plan would have included him betting the turn. He hasn't. I think this guy's going to have a draw a lot of the time. He's going to have like a 10x. I'm going to check back. River. Well, hopefully he's the nuts. And what will a 10 pay? Because I think at this point he's going to have a misdraw a lot of 10. Maybe he's got some sort of queen X now and again, like a jack queen hand. I think overall, I think around 70%. 10x might call, queen X might call, etc. Seems like a reasonable number. Obviously, his draws are folding, regardless of what size we bet. Unless we bet really small and maybe once in a blue moon he freaks out and goes for a raise. Can put a little set mine down here with the eights. The board did not come by. Not turning our hand into a bluff. Don't think we're going to have a great deal of showdown value here, but it's certainly too strong to bluff with. Flipping like 2 overs, good shot, backdoor flush draw. I think we're going to go with a small bet here. Very small bet, in fact. Checking down the eights. Maybe they win. They do. Called in 2 spots, and we get a hand that doesn't improve our equity whatsoever. In fact, it hurts our equity. In terms of like now we haven't got one less clean out to the nuts. In fact, we can't make the nuts. Ignore me. We cannot make the nuts anymore. Stop being a moron, Reg. But I think we have to peel. Try and rip off an offsuit 9 given the price we were getting. What did that guy have there? Jacks, 3-bet pre, and didn't raise the flop. Whatever, mate. Again, microstates cash in a nutshell. Players just find it hard to be aggressive. Microstates cash game players find it really hard to be aggressive enough, which is why I'm a very big advocate of finding the overfold in almost every scenario, unless you have a very good read or good reason to not do so. Also, why I'm not a massive fan of excessive pre-flop 3-betting and much more a fan of having flatting ranges pre, because people are just so filthy with the ranges, so nitty with their ranges in almost every way. I think having a relatively aggressive 3-bet strategy pre-flop is just fucking nonsense. We want a flat here. I think we probably will. Again, not a thing in theory land. But it's Jack Queen suited, pretty hand in it. Not that likely to get squeezed. Let's take a flop. Do we want to defend this 6-5 suited? Probably in theory. Practice, not want to. Turn checks back. And do we like block our jack? We're going to. He finds a raise. Is he really checking back at 10? I doubt it. Ace Queen, we block. Well, we're still just going to fold. I mean, it's micro 6, and we just talked about how people really struggle to find aggression. And I don't really care about blockers and shit, but we do block. We block value there too, but we also block bluffs. Guess we put a little blocky in with our Queen 10. Flop in the nuts. No longer have the nuts, but we're still pretty happy with our hand. Hopping 2 pairs down here. Going to try for a check raise. Denied. Why am I trying for check raises when we've just got finished discussing how people don't find enough aggression at micro 6 cash games, or maybe micro 6 poker in general. I bet quite big here and fold to a raise. Did we get called? Oh. Did we fuck? We're gonna start bluffing now with the King Jack. Some more trumping going on. Let me know if I never watch my videos back. Let me know if you can hear them. Hope you can. I'm going to overlimp the 10-8 suited here. Again, not a thing in theory land. Don't care. And overlimp the King 3 suited too. It's the min ISO up here from someone who's clearly a genius. We've thought nothing. We're done. Blocking our jack on the turn, top right. Having a little stab with our nothing on the bottom left. 6 on the river. We are actually going to check call this one. Going to lose to the ace jack because people don't value bet thinly enough. I mean, that's just slam dunk value bet from our man there. Didn't take it. That's why paying off in these games stinks. And we're going to have a little bluff at this river. When he doesn't bet the river, it's very unlikely as a 10, very unlikely as a flush. And if he wants to hero call us with like a pair of fives or something, then good for him. And to check raise, never, ever, ever, ever bluffing there. Bottom pair here versus half pot. I mean, I guess we got to see one more. We're not loving it. Been raised here versus this under the gun limper. We have an open ender. Show me a turn, please, dealer. And I think now we're just giving up on the club. Giving up versus this pot size turn bet. Being min raised on the turn here. Really dislike the situation, but clearly can't fold yet. Yes, the club's river's probably going to give us a chance to get away. Small ice on the 5-4 suited. Chop it up against the king 10. That is possibly the worst flop you could ever see for 5-4 suited. 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw. Let's see one more. Not really not loving it, but let's see one more anyway. Boo. Give up now. Everyone snap checks back. Bet big flop. Check back turn. I mean, it's not reeking of strength, is it? It's not reeking of strength. But again, I think people are just too scared to value bet thinly. We're not going to bluff against someone who might just have like a Jack X. Didn't want to get raised on the turn. And easy fold. Min donked into. Got literally nothing. Top pair on a pretty coordinated board. Bottom middle pair here. Isolating limp with the kings. That's a fucking big bet. I think we're just gonna go all in here and just like. Are we gonna go all in? Yeah, we are. We might have the best hand. We get to deny some equity sometimes. We haven't managed to deny him his equity because he's called anyway. And we win the pot. Versus pot on a monotone flop. 2 overs and a flush draw. Uh-oh. Oh, that's good. He checked back the turn. Blocky, blocky river. flopping a set. What happened in this hand? He folded. There. Pretty minging turn. Bottom right table. Check call. Big bet fold river. I think too many people are checking back flushes. Ace 10 off. Love to see it. Excuse me. 3-betting the kings, top right table. Turning a set, top left table. So things have gone relatively smoothly. I've got lots of time. I was going to have a nap, but I think that bird's flown now. So I'm probably going to waste another fucking however long playing 2-L when I could have been playing other games, but never mind. It's content, isn't it? Squeezing the ace king, sorry. Called, folded. Pretty miserable flop. It's going to be very pocket pair heavy, and hands that we beat like ace queen, ace jack, etc. Maybe they bluff when we check, but I'm not c betting that board. Turn a king. I think now we've like kind of given. I think we bet now we're kind of like pretty fucking face up. We're gonna check again, and then I just think we use a smallish size on the river, try and get called by. He could have jacks here maybe. I just didn't want to bet the flop. Fear of getting check raised. Queens, same reason. 10x under pairs. I think overall, I think like 12 big seems reasonable. Seven, okay. Or you can also have the 7-4 suited, which I'll be honest with you, wasn't really part of my considerations. I still haven't made the 50-cent rake back yet. Grinding 2-0 for rate back. It's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. I'm gonna go with the big 3-bet here versus the 4x ISO. Hope not to get jammed on, because that would stink. Flopping ourselves a top pair. That jack is as rough as toast. I mean, I don't like the situation. Don't think we can bet very often and get called by. I mean, we can king queen, I guess, flush draws, etc. Feels like a card I don't want to bet though, so I'm not going to bet. When it fell, I was like, don't think I want to bet that card, so we're not going to bet it. Not going to fold, of course. This is rough. I think we might be about to get stacked. Might be about to get stacked here. Nope, we win. Pocket queens. Interesting decision to bet the turn from our opponent there. Checking back the Queen, queen, are we? Are we checking back the queen, queen? Yep, I think we are. River in the straight. Turn in the straight, sorry. And let into. Call and then raise rivers that don't pair the board. River check shove with the jacks, bottom left. Ah, the board's paired. That's unfortunate. Can't raise the river anymore. 7-3 suited. Okay. Seeing some interesting lines here from the 2-L population. Fucking stacks everywhere. Who knew 2-L was soft? Three blocked twice and been raised on the turn on the top left table. Not ideal. We've flopped a pair of flush draw versus under the gun min. It's going to fold. Maybe we're being bluffed. Doesn't really matter. They're about to get aces in versus, sorry, kings in versus aces on the bottom left table. I don't like this flop, but we do strip some. I mean, ace king is very unlikely. He can have queens for certain. I mean, what is this? What is this? It's 2-L. I want to see what he's got. I want to spend basically $2 just to see what this dude's got. Doesn't have pocket fives. He could have pocket tens. Could have like ace, queen, etc. Sad times. I'm gonna go for some value now with our king 10 bottom left. Get raised. So it's going check, 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 then raise river. Checked all the way through. Now he's raising the river. I mean, he's repping pocket fours, isn't he? Basically. Whatever. Take it, dude. Take it. If you bluff me, then happy days. Well, not happy days for me, but happy days for you. Congratulations. So, kind of what happened with this king queen? Did they open? Did we flat? Don't know. We've been donked into here on a paired board with a flush draw. Deepish, absolute holy folk. This might be. What size do you want to go the river? Here we're calling. Yeah, I think we want to go biggish. Just can't get caught by king 10, king queen, etc. This guy checks the turn. Don't want to get check raised, so we're checking back. Now we're just going to value bet the river. Seems unlikely he has a 10. Oh, he might. Do we get called up here? Who knows? What's more, who cares? Let us care a little bit, otherwise I wouldn't have looked, but excuse me. Given the stat shrunk, did we get called and lose? Why is that fucking hand not coming up? Oh, we won. I guess we never had a big stack at this table or a bigger stack. We've been raised. And we have one pair. And I'm not enjoying it. I want it to fold straight away. I think we're just going to have to fold this river. Flopping the nuts up on the right top right table though. Jacks. Open, call, squeeze, call. Call, I guess. Betting big here because we're just not going to have very many bluffs in this setup. Just fold in the river here. This is a fucking massive C bet. This is a fucking massive donk bet. Do we let this guy stay in the pot? That's the question. How do we feel about board pairing rivers? Just folding there. Yeah, we've got to gamble with the nuts and let a card come off. Oh, what a fucking horrendous river. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear me. Gamble with the nuts. I mean, there's a straight on board. We might get heroed. This could be punting into a flush. Maybe only flush is called, but I doubt it. We get the lot against the pocket queens. What did that guy just not bluff with? Queen high. Okay. Look at these chip stacks we've got. Three betting the ace and the queen. Getting a pretty rough ass flop. Guy, just 2x spots a turn. Good for you. Susie Wong, who might add was the name of a prostitute on Average Zone Pet Series 1. Oz shagged her. Nicole, turning 2 pairs. Don't look the ace on the river. Can give him some extra 2 pairs. I'm worried mostly about him playing sets on this board. If he triples. We've been raised here. Fold, whatever. When you get raised in the flop and you've got 1 pair, there's too much to bet into come, and you're out of position. Folding's never a bad play, in my estimation. A little bit of C betting with the 10s and the queens. Plopping a flush. Didn't want to see another black one, did we? And please don't confuse me with Nigel Farage and Sue the Braverman with that comment, because I meant I didn't want to see another black card. Checking, I guess. And I guess bet in river. Double backdoor, top bottom left. We're going to see one more. And we're going to fold turn to the big bet. 3-bet the aces, wondering just how quickly he's going to snap fold. Top set on the top left table and 2 callers on the bottom right table. So did I say top left? I meant top right. Can't remember what I said. Big bet. Big bet. I said big bet, and then I just bet 1 big blind. Whatever. Gonna raise here. And check raise to you. We're all in. 9-3 suited. Nice answer. He's all in. We've got top set. We're going to very much enjoy slow rolling. Very much enjoy the slow roll here. And we are going to slow roll properly. We're going to take the whole fucking... We're going to leave ourselves with 0 time bank, which might come back to bite me on the ass at some point, but, you know, got top set on someone's all in. Of course we're going to slow roll. I mean, it would be disrespectful if we didn't slow roll. Be careful not to time out though, Reg. Careful not to time out. Right, we're going to focus solely on the slow roll now. We've got enough time bank everywhere else to focus on the slow roll. Boom. Oh, set over set. Go on, make quads on me. Punish me. Punish me. Oh no, we just make quads instead. There's absolutely no fucking justice, is there? Absolutely no fucking justice. Slow roll some poor fucker who's just there going about his day. And then I make quads. You know. Where is the fucking justice? For anyone who believes in karma, I think we've just completely disproved that karma exists right there. I don't know what I was doing there. Just fucking lost concentration. Just too busy wallowing in the joy of the slow roll. It's only 2-0. She will get over it. Again, we just lost concentration. Right, get your concentration back, Reg. Totally lost concentration there for a moment. Oh, there's a full house. Give him what he needs, dealer. Just hoping our friend up here is somehow connected. He made the flush on the end. Some mighty stacks we got here. Some mighty stacks. Not c-betting the Jack 10-8 versus a player who has proven themselves to be a fish. donked into here. Oh, spicy. Spicy on top left table. Face up fucking 4-bet size. Adding a gut shot here to go with our flush draw. Not getting there. And not bluffing. We might be about to lose some money back here with the 2 aces. 2 callers. Sets are out there. 2 pairs are out there. We're all in anyway. Beautiful. Everything's coming up, Reg. Turn to set down here. Oh, he's only got 5 blinds. I didn't realise he had no money. Pay attention. Pay attention, Reggie. Pay fucking attention. Look at these stacks. 247 bigs, 400 bigs, 363 bigs. 2NL. Fucking marvellous. What a day to have a heater when we're playing 2NL. You probably noticed how many of these like small bets have been getting paid off. My very good friend Waller02, who used to stream on a Friday night Sky tournaments, he has a philosophy of never bluff, never fold. That's his philosophy. It's half tongue in cheek, but most things like that, it's based in truth as well. And yeah, that's kind of what population does generally, especially versus small bets. They never bluff versus small bets, and they never fold versus them. Well, shouldn't say never, but you know what I mean. Rare, low frequency folds with any kind of bluff catcher. Low frequency bluffs with their bluff ranges or their bluffs that they just don't have. Worded that absolutely terribly there, but never mind. Placing them in 3-bet with the ace jack. I do not want to continue with this. I mean, I'm going to, of course, but probably not going to end too well for us. Guy snap checks back. Snap checks back again. And snap checks back again, and we win. Queen 6 suited. I mean, that's how I'd have played it if I was him too. So, nice answer. Guy just didn't bluff with 9 high. Nine high, mate. What are you doing? Yeah. Check. All three streets, sir? Yeah, all three streets. Yeah, you can win. Don't care. Well, got an inch. Oh, that's better. I got it. Trust your backstretcher. Did the job. Another set. Two folds this time. We appear to have got to the river with a full house here. Not having put any extra money in the pot. River two pairs here. Just put a four liner out there. Man just gives up and can't see what he's got yet that he gave up with. Gave up with the jack eye. People don't bluff, lads. Lasses, just remember that. People do not bluff. Well, again, not never. People do not hit bluffing frequencies in microstates cash. I'd say 99% of the pool do not hit their bluffing frequencies in microstates cash. And the ones that do massively overdo it and stand out like a sore thumb. And I include myself in that. I don't hit my bluffing frequencies. I think I hit above average number of bluffs compared to population, but still nowhere fucking near enough. I know you solver geeks out there who do quite a lot of calling down and then get frustrated. Just call down less. Just call down less, and you'll enjoy yourself a lot more. We're not giving up with the ace king here because we might have the best hand, but the thing is, we're not going to make a better hand fold, so it seemed unlikely we had the best hand. 9-4 off. We did not have the best hand. That is for sure. Probably going to play for just another 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. I've got to go and pick my mate up from college shortly, and our roadwork's on. Ace king off versus middle position. Okay, take it, sir. Take it. Flopping a deuce. Which is big bet. We're going to call here. Not because we think our deuce is necessarily good. We might have an opportunity to win the pot on a future street if opponent slows down. We might sometimes improve to the best hand. And if they blast the turn, then we're out. We're done. See you later. So what big bets that flop and then checks that turn? Feels like a river I'm going to want to bluff raise on. It doesn't give us a chance. Okay, you are going to meet an overbet, sir. Just try and get you off. Well, who knows fucking what. I don't know what I'm trying to make him fold here. Just something better than a deuce. This could be bad. This could be a punt. But I don't feel like he's very strong. He's either mega strong and he's trapping with a raise, or we're going to put him into a spot with the hands that wanted to check call, aren't we? Oh, our friend Corline Bad's back. Still demonstrating that he's living up to his name. Dude limp snaps. We get the absolute nut low flop. I'm going to check again, then we're going to block river, assuming he doesn't bet now. Definitely squeezing the tens against Corline Bad. Didn't want two callers. That is not ideal. Really use Corline Bad betting here. Well, that makes things nice and easy, assuming this guy gets out of the way. Two kings. Nice hand, Mr. I'm bad. No dice. I think this guy's got a six a lot of the time here. 9-7's got the hearts of mist. I mean, what am I talking about? I'm not folding a river two pair. If he's got a six, he's got a six. 10-5. That was thin, sir. That was thin. Pad's after 100 bigs down here. That's disappointing. We had big live stacks everywhere, and then Corline Bad just trapped us. I was about to suggest Dragon is a reg, and maybe he is because I've seen him at multiple tables. But this is naughty. side do you want to go here against this player who I think is definitely in the recreational side? Going to go big. Let's do donked, then check called. And we got like a really shitty river to bluff on. You're going to have a lot of 10x and weak king x. Probably neither fold. King jack, I was never folding. This isn't a thing, but we're going to do it anyway. And I guess we're all in. Oh, aces. It's a shame. Ten. Nope. No 10. We're leaking. We are leaking. Pair and a gut shot on the bottom left table. Does not feel like it's going to be a good call, but we do have a pair and a gut shot, so we're going to call anyway. Oh, things you love to see. Now we're just going to lead because I think that is going to check through a lot. Sadly, we do not get called, but never mind. And we are going to stop in about a minute because 90 minutes, which is way too long for YouTube videos. The algorithm doesn't like that apparently, but I couldn't give a fuck. And there we go. We started the session with $21. Our rate back money. We now have $32. So we won 5.5 buy-ins, apparently. Or near enough. Something like that. Very nice. Very nice. And we leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't hit like yet and you've got this far, then what the fuck are you doing? Hit it now, please. Any comments again? Most welcome. As always, fuck the Tories and all who vote for them. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and a very good bye for now.